YouTube Finya, that's FYNN. And yeah, I'm really excited to show you this video today. I think it's a video that can do really well, and the main reason I want to show you this video is because as long as I've looked for it, I've never been able to find it on YouTube. I've never found a proper video to show you in what my opinion is the best starting 11 of Manchester United players that have left, that are still playing now and are doing relatively well. These are players I think we regret giving them away, looking at how they are currently playing, and think we could possibly have still had them in the squad. What I am going to do is I'm going to probably display on the side or on the top somewhere a goalkeeper, 4 defenders, 2 wingers, 2 midfielders and 2 strikers. Basically I just think that's the players that I want to use fit the best in that position. Okay, goalkeeper. First goalkeeper I want to use is, I've got names written down here, is Ron Robert Zila. As I said, goalkeepers at Manchester United, we've never really given our best goalkeepers away. We've kept them, and I don't think we really have regrets in the goalkeeper department. Presently, there's rumours of De Gea not wanting to sign his current contract, a new one, and that could be a huge problem. But on the bright side, if he does leave, United are thinking of bringing in Pickford for 60 million pounds. So I mean that could turn out well. But I think obviously our main priority is to keep De Gea at Manchester United, no matter what season he's at. But Ron Robert Zala is really the only goalkeeper I could see let go that's doing relatively okay in the Bundesliga. 0 appearances for us. He was in our youth academy, and that's why I did put him here, is because of the lack of appearances. Obviously, us not giving him a chance. He is 29 years old, so I guess if you look at that, it's a chance of maybe we could have used him in place of Romero as a substitute, but Romero has been doing well as a substitute. But overall, all Zyla's really achieved is 2014 World Cup Germany. But past that, nothing really. And defensive-wise, our 2 centre-backs, the first one I'm going for is Michael Keane from Everton. And I just think his main standout season since he's left United was at Burnley. Obviously, he was a standout defender. He was the one who made team of the season. Because of that, he got the move to Everton, and he's become an proper English defender who could probably replace many of the current defenders in England, but sadly didn't go to the World Cup because of his performance at Everton. But standing at around, I think, 6'3", I think he is taller than every one of the Manchester United current defenders besides Smalling. So aerial threat wise, I think it would be a smart idea if we could somehow get Keane back. Second one, I think it's pretty obvious we regret giving him away, is Gerard Piqué. Gerard Piqué has accomplished so much since we've let him go. As I said, appearance wise is like a huge reason why I'm looking at this. Like Michael Keane only got 1 appearance, which obviously isn't enough to prove himself. Piqué only got 12 appearances. Since then, he's gotten countless Champions Leagues, Euros, a World Cup, and is married Shakira. I mean, that's not too bad. He's strong position in Barca's first team. I don't think he's ever. It's going to be a while till he leaves. 31 years old now. As I said, these defenders, I think we do regret giving them away, looking at our current situation. Okay, fullbacks. First is our right back, and this is probably the most common one I see that we miss around. I don't know why we gave him away, but it was one of the twins. It is Rafael da Silva. The twins obviously came in, each one on each flank. So otherwise I think da Silva is a player we definitely needed. He's only 28 now, and I don't understand. He won 3 Premier Leagues with Manchester United, and somehow we still give him away. If you win 3 Premier Leagues with United, I don't think you should be able to go away, and especially at the young age that he was. Yeah, he now plays for Lyon. I think strong position in starting lineup. Yeah, I don't think we should have given him away. Yeah, I mean, he had 109 appearances, so that's not too bad. But yeah, I think we should have kept him, definitely. Okay, left back was a bit tricky because originally I had Patrice Evra, but then I remembered he doesn't play anymore, so I took him out. And I put in a player who only recently left, and that is Daley Blind. Yeah, Daley Blind, he didn't achieve what his father could, but he definitely did a job at Manchester United. He definitely had that pace. He was a centre back for a while for us, but yeah, I think in terms of what Luke Shaw and any other left back at United, Darmian, had, I think Daley Blind had that attacking power that our fullbacks are missing. Yeah, I think 90 appearances. He's only 28 now. He's moved back to his original club of Ajax, and I think we desperately need starting defenders, like proper guaranteed starting defenders. Luke Shaw is proving himself, but in terms of missing someone in that position, it's definitely him. Okay, our midfield's interesting. Yeah, two centre mids, not necessarily both normal centre mids there. I think more centre attacking mids from what we're used to seeing. But yeah, the first one I have is Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan, I think we regret that exchange with Sanchez. We thought we got a deadly bargain with that, but now I think they're definitely laughing, especially considering that one match against Arsenal where he scored against us. But yeah, we can't fault it too much. We didn't know what we were in for. Obviously Sanchez hasn't shown anything, and Mkhitaryan's just still just showing himself. I think in Nations League at the moment he's the current top assists maker, so I mean that's pretty impressive. Yeah, definitely a player I think we still need. Okay, now my other centre mid's a problem because all the centre mids I have down are a bit older. So in that situation, I think I just had to. I couldn't not go for Rooney. I think Rooney was the player I had to go for. Yeah, definitely Manchester United's leader. I think we needed him. I don't think Jose should have gotten rid of him. Even as a super sub, I think he could have just done really well. But I think he left because he didn't feel important enough. But you could just see the smile on his face when everyone cheered him on in his last game versus America for England. I think Rooney's he was that proper set piece taker. He was a proper captain leader, and he just showed up on the big games, and that's definitely the player we need. Yeah, for the wings now, left wing first. Probably Manchester United's biggest regret in the most recent years is of course CR7, Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, 5 Ballon d'Ors. Can't say too much past the fact that I don't think I have to explain how much this man's achieved in terms of becoming one of the best footballers in the world, and will be forever one of the best in history, along with Messi. And considering looking at who's best, Messi or Ronaldo, I think we're just grateful to have both of them in the same era. Yeah, but otherwise I think we desperately miss Ronaldo. Obviously, since leaving United, he's even brought, I think it was his first silverware for his country, Portugal's first trophy in Euros 2016, against France, which was obviously previous World Cup winners, this year's World Cup winners. So I think that's a pretty huge achievement by itself. My other wing on the right side is Di Maria. Okay, so I think Di Maria obviously didn't show himself at United. He just had that flop few season, and yeah, ended up going to Real Madrid, PSG, and I think he's just really tactically amazing with the ball. Especially you saw that goal against France in the World Cup. He just skyrocketed into the net, and I think that's definitely something United could have needed. Just someone who can really work the ball well. Yeah, and obviously Di Maria is not going to get that much game time at PSG, with the front line being Neymar, Mbappe, and Cavani. So, I mean, yeah, I think overall Di Maria is going to struggle, but I think we do miss him to an extent. Oh yeah, one of the changes I actually did want to make is, moving Ronaldo from left wing to striker. Because on that left wing, I was actually considering a much better option of Depay, Memphis Depay. He's still young, Dutch player obviously, playing super well for Lyon, scoring and assists everywhere. And he's just, I think he's really developed into an amazing player. And him, along with another player I'm going to mention a bit later, I think we're a bit too young for Manchester United, but are now have really grown into their boots, and I think have become exceptional players. And I think we definitely regret getting rid of Memphis Depay now. He's part of that Netherlands squad and scored one of the goals that got Germany relegated. Otherwise my other striker is Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Obviously he was injured and we got rid of him because I think we also got Lukaku at the same time, which I think we're kicking ourselves about now because we definitely need a player like Zlatan, that big name. I think when looking at United, we miss that presence of the team coming on and everyone looking at that one player who they know is going to score. And that was Zlatan, even at his old age where he could perform constantly. I think we definitely need presence like that. But going on to my bench, on my midfield, the players that I did miss in the midfield that I didn't want to put in the starting lineup were players who came through our academy, like Danny Drinkwater, who obviously won a title with Leicester and now plays for Chelsea. He's not an exceptional player. I think I'm not actually sure what went through Chelsea's mind when they got him. But once again, as I said, Danny Drinkwater, I just didn't think he deserved a spot in the team. Another midfielder is Bastian Schweinsteiger. Look, I think he was really good, but there was lots of competition in the midfield. There still is at United, and I don't think he could have cut it, especially with his age. One of those players who's played under Mourinho and Guardiola. Obviously, Guardiola at Bayern Munich and Mourinho at Manchester United. But he's doing well with Chicago, I see. I think Bastian Schweinsteiger is just a proper leader, as I said, one of those players. And the player I was comparing Depay to, too young and obviously has developed now, is Wilfried Zaha, the Ivorian centre forward striker, winger, whatever you want to call him. Obviously for Crystal Palace. And I think many regard him as the best player out of the top 6 teams, which I can agree by far. Many assists, goals, just carrying the team at times. I think he needs a better team without being insulting to Crystal Palace. I think he needs a team where he can really shine in a way that's not carrying a team, if that makes any sense. Another striker I wanted to go for was Chicharito Hernandez. Who's just accomplished so much in most recent years. Especially, I think, within the last year or two, he's become Mexico's all-time top scorer, and that's just a huge accomplishment on itself. West Ham hasn't showed too much, but before that, was it Bayer Leverkusen? Obviously, their main striker and just goal after goal. Another more midfielders or attacking midfielders I'm going to go through is Shinji Kagawa, who I think he's not that old, 28, 29, for Borussia Dortmund. Look, he didn't perform well at United, but he did get a Premier League title, which in my eyes is enough to stay. If you can bring in the title, then it's worthy of staying. I think definitely he's struggling to get in the Bayern Munich starting lineup as of late because of all the young talent, obviously. But, I think at the time, he could have probably stayed another season or two, just to show what he had, because, once again, he was just really good with how he moved the football. And, okay, now, one of the wingers, or left midfielders, right midfielders I'm going for, is Januzaj, the Belgium youngster, who I think played through our academy, didn't really play for United. And I think every United fan kicked himself when he got that rocket of a goal in the World Cup for Belgium. I think he's one of those young players who didn't get a proper chance, which is understandable looking at the wingers we have or had. Otherwise I think we regret getting rid of him, and definitely, possibly could have stayed another season or two. Okay, another midfielder I wanted to talk about that didn't make the starting lineup was Schneiderlin. Schneiderlin could have made the starting lineup. I was debating between him and Rooney. It's just because Rooney is a bigger name, still doing relatively well in the MLS. That I picked him over Schneiderlin, but Schneiderlin was that proper defensive midfielder who really just stood his ground and did what had to be done. But sadly, Mourinho obviously didn't like him and decided to give him the boot. So didn't name players like Van Persie because Van Persie is getting on a bit, not playing for any big clubs. And it's kind of past his prime to be more than generous. I think there should only be one or two names, but there is one more striker or attacker that I can think of. It's Doif, the what do you call it? The Stoke City striker, who's just as I said, didn't really choose him because obviously Stoke got relegated, and in my eye, as even though it shouldn't be, that's a reflection of how he plays. Obviously not playing a huge amount for United. I think he played 5 games for United and scored a goal many years ago, but past that, nothing really. Danny Simpson from Leicester City obviously won a league title, but past that, nothing really. Danny Welbeck for Arsenal, exact same place he was at United, stuck on the bench. Otherwise I think we do, as I said, the main 11 players that I picked. I think those were probably the biggest 11 we regret giving away in those positions. And otherwise I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please leave a like on the video. If you want to subscribe to see more videos, please subscribe. And comment if you want me to do a video on anything specific. And don't forget to share if there's anyone you want to see the video. And otherwise, thank you for watching so much. And one more player I wanted to mention. Sorry, I had to just do this because I kept forgetting at least one player. Is Falcao from Monaco. The reason I didn't put him in is obviously because of Monaco's poor form this season. And otherwise, that's why he's not in. But obviously, he's still performing for Colombia when he does play. And up until this season, he's been doing relatively well. So once again, another striker we probably regret getting rid of. Probably could have had at least one more season. But otherwise, that's it. Thank you very much and cheers.